Welcome to LFC Transfer HQ, your ultimate source for all things Liverpool FC transfers. Like and subscribe for more football updates. Our first news is Rodrygo makes final decision on future amid Arsenal, Liverpool and Tottenham transfer interest. Rodrygo has decided he wants to stay put at Real Madrid and is determined to show Xabi Alonso he can be a genuine force at the Bernabeu once again. At the beginning of last season, Rodrygo was viewed as one of Madrid's untouchable assets, having helped the club win 13 pieces of silverware across his stay in the Spanish capital. But Rodrygo increasingly found himself in the shadows and on the periphery of Carlo Ancelotti's plans as the 2024-25 campaign wore on, with Kylian Mbappe, Jude Bellingham and Vinicius Jr. taking center stage. Madrid bosses had reportedly grown concerned over Rodrygo's approach to training, and rumors and gossip began to swirl over the Brazilian's future heading into the summer transfer window. There has been strong interest from the Premier League, and Arsenal were the first to make inquiries over a proposed move for the 24-year-old forward back in May. Rodrygo's bit part role across Madrid's Club World Cup campaign, in which he featured for a total of just 92 minutes, only fueled speculation that the attacker's days with Los Blancos were numbered. And while Arsenal subsequently dropped their pursuit to focus on other targets, namely Noni Madueke, Victor Gyökeres and Ebereki Eze, talks surrounding a proposed move to England remained, with both Liverpool and Tottenham keeping close tabs on developments. However, according to Spanish publication AS, Rodrygo is now banking on staying with Madrid, while earning Alonso's trust and convincing the Spaniard that he fits perfectly into the new system. The report claims, there is no sign of a move away and there have been no significant offers from potential suitors which would tempt Madrid into doing business. The Brazil international will return to Madrid's Valdebebas training complex, recharged, today, fully committed to turning his fortunes around ahead of the new season. Despite some reports to the contrary, Madrid have never actively pushed Rodrygo towards the exit door, and the club would only have considered selling if they had received a bid of €90 million, £78 million, or more for the winger. Holidays completed. Clear mind and many missions ahead. Rodrygo told his followers on Instagram on Sunday. Alonso moved to dampen chatter over Rodrygo's future ahead of Madrid's Club World Cup clash with Al Hilal last month, claiming the three-time La Liga winner was eager to contribute. "I know what happened last season. The end of the campaign wasn't easy for him," the new Madrid head coach told reporters in Miami. "He took some time to reset. We've talked since day one, and I see him eager to contribute on the field and enjoy himself." Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings. Our second news is Liverpool confirm striker transfer as Alexander Isak arrives at training ground. Liverpool have announced the signing of teenage striker Will Wright from Salford City after beating Arsenal to the Starlet signature as Alexander Isak returned to training with Newcastle. Liverpool have announced the signing of teenage striker Will Wright from Salford City. The 17-year-old prospect is the latest signing during a busy summer transfer window from Arsenal, but the Starlet is perhaps not the striker signing that most Liverpool fans have been holding out for ahead of the reigning champions' defence of their Premier League title. Wright made his senior debut for the League Two outfit last season and had attracted interest from Arsenal. The Gunners thought they had won the race to sign the highly rated striker as they gazumped Liverpool's bid, but he agreed personal terms with the Merseyside Giants, and the Reds have beaten Mikel Arteta's side to the striker's signing in a £200,000 deal. Meanwhile, Alexander Isak has returned to training with Newcastle on Monday morning, amid ongoing speculation that Liverpool could launch another bid for the Magpies' talisman as part of a potential British record transfer swoop. Sky Sports reported that the Newcastle squad landed back in the UK earlier this morning, while Isak is also back at the training ground, having been training alone with his former side Real Sociedad in Spain. The Swede is set for talks with manager Eddie Howe after he pulled out of their pre-season tour in the Far East amid speculation surrounding his future. Howe confirmed that Isak was sent home before Newcastle's friendly defeat against Celtic last month due to his unhappiness at the club. The 25-year-old was then subsequently left out of the traveling squad for the pre-season tour. Speaking from South Korea, Howe said on the possibility of Isak returning to training, "You have to earn the right to train with us. We are Newcastle United. The player has a responsibility here to be part of a team and part of a squad. You have to act in the right way. So that is also at play here. We will make sure that any player does that to earn the right to train with the group. No player can expect to act poorly and train with the group as normal. Rodrygo has made a final decision on his future amid strong interest from Arsenal, Liverpool, and Tottenham. Meanwhile, Liverpool have confirmed a striker transfer as Alexander Isak is spotted at the training ground. With the deal heating up, the Reds have reportedly been given a 24-hour deadline to finalize the next steps in this high-stakes transfer saga. Don't miss the latest updates on Liverpool's summer window. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our last news is Liverpool transfer news. Alexander Isak next steps as 24-hour deadline given. Liverpool have already seen a £110 million bid for Alexander Isak rejected by Newcastle, with the Magpies' own pursuits crucial if a British record transfer is to go ahead. Crucial developments regarding Alexander Isak's future at Newcastle United and a blockbuster transfer to Liverpool are anticipated this week. The want-away striker is said to be preparing to rejoin his colleagues for training back in England. The Magpies now face the challenge of welcoming back a striker who has been absent from the squad for a fortnight and was the target of a £110 million bid from the Premier League champions mere days ago. The response was a firm rejection, forcing Anfield bosses to regroup and consider their next move where the Swedish striker is concerned. Newcastle boss Eddie Howe has informed the media that while he hopes to work with Isak again, no player under his management can behave badly and return to the group as though nothing has happened. There are 29 days remaining in the summer transfer window for Isak to either stay on Tyneside or become Liverpool's latest marquee acquisition. The Liverpool Echo examines the most recent reports surrounding the situation here. Offering his perspective on the saga to TalkSport, journalist Ben Jacobs believes the secret to Liverpool successfully securing Isak, 25, will depend on their opponent's capacity to secure a suitable replacement promptly. The reporter commented, "I think the Alexander Isak situation is the one to be patient on because Liverpool, even though it sounds a little bit paradoxical to some, are simultaneously not inclined to make a bid now but are also not walking away." What does that mean? Basically they don't want to bid blind, they don't want to waste their time. They don't want to keep going to Newcastle United before Newcastle are in a position where they will do business. So, it requires Newcastle to effectively indicate to Liverpool that now is the time you can actually do a deal. If Liverpool return to the table they want to do this quickly and not find that there is a string of consistent rejections. How that happens, you can argue two attackers coming into Newcastle United. Maybe there's a scenario where with Isak back in Newcastle he can force the move in a further capacity. Not being part of a pre-season tour versus potentially saying he's not going to train, not going to be part of the Premier League squad, all of these things could in theory come in the future. But the opposite has happened. Isak has flown in. The expectation is that he will be part of Newcastle United training sessions after they get back from South Korea. A few moving parts, but my sense is that Benjamin Sesko was to pick Newcastle over Manchester United. That would be a sign of encouragement and maybe the first step towards Isak. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer.